What's up, y'all? How you doing? It's Nick, and I'm gonna come at you with another lesson, another English lesson. Today's lesson, I'm going to touch on punctuations and other characters that you see on your keyboard, on your phone, what they mean and how you use them. All right? Now, first things first, let me start with the simple stuff: commas and periods. Comma, periods. See, a comma, if you can see it, let me make it a bit more, add a little more to it right here so you can see it clearly. A comma, normally a comma goes in a sentence, in between a sentence. Be like, you use it like this: I'm walking home, comma, and I'm walking home and talking on my cell phone. Alright? Something like that. See, a comma normally goes in a sentence. See, it normally goes to sort of break up the monotony of a sentence or whatever. Instead of having one long sentence, I'm walking home and talking on my cell phone, you break it up. See, a comma gives you like a half-second pause, if you will. I'm walking home, half-second pause, and talking on my cell phone. That's how you use a comma. Alright? Now with a period, as you can see, a period right here, a period goes at the end of a sentence. Period is a full stop. Now, if you're reading something and you see a period pop up, you wait a whole second. If you're reading or whatever, like I'm walking home and talking on my cell phone, I had a very tough day. I had a very tough day. Boom. Okay. I'm walking home, half pause, and talking on my cell phone. Whole pause. I'm walking home and talking on my cell phone. I had a very tough day. See what I'm saying? You see how I paused for half a second, then when I got here, paused for like a whole second and kept going forward? That's what you do with a period. It's a full stop. It means, okay, you don't have to go any further. See what I'm saying? But with a comma, it's like commas are like yield signs or what have you, you know, to slow down the pace of somebody's reading. Because if you don't have commas, you'll just have sentences that just go on and on and on and on. And you'd have to read it in sort of a rapid fire way. And after a while of doing that or whatever, all the words look like it's jumbled together. You see what I'm saying? And not a lot of people catch on to what it is that you're trying to convey as you're writing. So that's what commas and periods are used for. Now, another thing that we use is the apostrophe. You'll normally when you use an apostrophe, it's to signify something that somebody owns or whatever. You see what I'm saying? It shows that something or someone is in possession of a particular item or what have you. Like you go into your friend's apostrophe house. You go into this person's house. You know, they own this house. They pay rent or they pay mortgage or they outright pay the bills for that house. That's their name is on the lease. It's their house. So apostrophe S house. You know what I mean? Or say that your friend is named Matt. I'm going to Matt's party because Matt is having a party. It's Matt's party. It's his birthday or whatever. I didn't specify what the party is there, but as you can see, the possessive, it makes this possessive of Matt, in possession of Matt. It's Matt's party. And that's how you normally use commas when it's a possession. Now, another way you use a comma is if you speaking on something plural, if you will, you know, like I have many friends, you know. You could put that right there. From what I understand, or what have you, with a comma, the comma that goes before it, it's normally put in front of something that has a large number or more than one, if you will. You understand what I'm saying? Like these are your friends, possessive, and because you have more than one friend, you put that right there. Okay, that's another way you use a comma. Now, another thing that people use in punctuation and stuff like that are the quotation marks. Now, quotation marks, you know, you normally use them for when somebody's quoting something. You see what I'm saying? Like say that I'm quoting Hamlet or something like that, you know? Quote Hamlet. To be or not. To be or not to be. Quote Hamlet. See what I'm saying? Right there. That's how you normally use quotation marks or whatever, because you're quoting somebody. Now here's a little special trick that you can keep in mind whenever you're using quotations. Say that you're quoting somebody that's quoting somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Say that a friend was like, say that you're having a conversation and you're saying, oh, Ralph, he said that, Sean said that. Okay, this is Ralph quotation. Now this is what Ralph said. He insulted me by saying, see, the open quote indicates that this is Ralph talking, alright? But he insulted me by saying, now, one comma. I mean, not comma, excuse me, the parentheses. See, whenever you're quoting somebody that's quoting somebody, you open quote, say what it is they said, and then he insults me by saying, you are stupid. Boom, another comma, and then close quote, quotation. See, you see what I just did right there? You see what I just did? Open quote, he insulted me by saying, apostrophe, you are stupid, close apostrophe, and then close quote, because you're quoting somebody that's quoting somebody. You understand? So that's another slick way in how you use commas and quotations or whatever, and things of that nature. All right. Now, say that another thing that you got to keep in mind when you're using quotation marks, is a lot of times when you go on Facebook or you Twitter, or people leave a comment and they're saying stuff like in my Barack Obama voice, change will come. See, some people be like they'll just put it up here in my Obama voice. They'll use an asterisk, change will come, close asterisk. And that's an improper way of doing it. In actuality, what you're supposed to do whenever you're doing something like that, whenever you put in my Obama voice to imitate Obama, President Barack Obama, use a bracket. Alright? See, normally when you use a bracket, to put in stuff like trying to sing like Marvin Gaye, Sexual Healing, in my Marvin Gaye voice, Sexual Healing, or in a sings, or stuff like if you hear, like in movies you'll be watching, and say that you're writing a screenplay or you're writing action in your story or what have you, you'd put in a bracket say that you're writing in a car chase scene or something like that, the car tires screech, or screeches or what have you. You know what I mean? Car tire screeches. Okay. So you normally put in actions, or you're normally putting in an action that's going on, or what you're going to do. Now, let me get back to the bracket. See, normally when people be like, when people are like, okay, in my such and such voice, let me get back to the Obama voice, being that I still got it up here. People would be like, in my Obama voice, instead of asterisk, what you're supposed to do is open quotation, open quote. In my Obama voice, change is coming, close quote. See, because you're imitating somebody. You see what I'm saying? You're putting a particular action, a particular spin to your language, to what it is you're doing. You know, you're imitating somebody else. So you open a quotation as if you're quoting somebody, but you're not. See, I could sit up there and try to sound like do my best George Clooney voice, or try to do my best Drake imitation or what have you, and I'll put imitating Drake, blah, you know, open quote, and then write in a bunch of words in the quote, because I'm trying to imitate Drake. You know what I mean? In terms of how he speaks. And that's another way in how you're supposed to use quotations and brackets. Now, another thing that people put in while they're writing or whatever that you'll more than likely notice, and some people use this improperly, is the slash. The slash normally means something like and or. See what I'm saying? Like I wrote a report / paper. Like I wrote a report / essay. It's either or. It's and or. You see what I'm saying? Because an essay could be used as a reporting tool, and a report can be written in the style of an essay. See what I'm saying? So, because some reports do have a thesis statement, but that's something different. That's for another topic altogether. All right. But bottom line, with the slash, it normally means and or. All right. So, hope that clarifies something right there. Now, another thing that people tend to mess up, like I brought up before, is the asterisk. It's this symbol right here, the little star symbol. See, an asterisk normally means something like fine print, if you will. Like say that you open up a bank account, right? And that you have gold checking, silver checking, and bronze checking, right? And in each one you see an asterisk. And then when you look down at the bottom, the way you see all the asterisks at, or you'll see like 2 asterisks or something like that, you'll look down at the bottom and you'll see the specific little rules or whatever. You see, normally when people use asterisks is to bring up an added bullet point, if you will. See what I'm saying? Alright, say that, okay, like I said with the checking account, say that with the gold checking account, it has an asterisk. You look down at the asterisk, you can only be 68, 65 and up in order to get the gold account. Okay, boom. Now you understand. Then you look at the silver, you'll see 2 asterisks. Okay, you can only be a military veteran to get the silver checking account package. Alright, boom. See what I'm saying? It's just to throw in extra fine print. Now, speaking of fine print, I know this is off topic, but real fast. If you're ever doing a business deal, if you're ever doing business, understand that they don't have asterisks in business deals or what have you. So always read everything. Everything is treat the whole contract like a big asterisk, all right? Like a big asterisk, because the fine print is what screws a lot of people over in many deals and many insurance policies and many living wills and record deals, football contracts, stuff like that. So always be on the lookout. A contract is just one big asterisk. Remember that. Now, another symbol that people tend to use a lot is the parentheses. See, the parentheses is normally used to throw in added information. Alright? It's used to throw in added information. Like say that be like, he stayed in many homes across the hold up. Let me use a better example. Let me think. What's a better example? Yeah, say that here's an example. The many cars, parentheses, let's say Corvette, BMW, Maserati, Porsche 911, etc., etc. The many cars were stolen and sold in the black market. See? That's how you normally use a parentheses. Whenever you're throwing in specific information in between. See what I'm saying? Like, you say that you're talking about a company, but you're using a pronoun like their in place of the company. You'll be like, okay, we're heading to their office, and then you'll put in parentheses the name of the company that you're going to. See what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm going to raise a complaint to McDonald's or what have you. But instead of saying McDonald's, I'm going to raise a complaint to their office. And normally, you usually see this sort of stuff in like newspapers or what have you. See what I'm saying? Like, Craig went down to their office to raise a complaint, and then in between there, you'll normally see a McDonald's in parentheses. You see what I'm saying? Like, he parentheses, comma, let's say his name, that he is William. He, William, went to their on parentheses, I'll just put Mickey D's, their office to complain. Boom. See what I'm saying? That's how you use parentheses. It's to throw in specific information in between not leaving anything vague or what have you. You see what I'm saying? You don't ever want to leave anything ambiguous on what it is that you're saying, especially when you're doing a research paper, an essay, or if you're reporting something. See what I'm saying? So that's very important, how to use parentheses. Okay? Now, certain things I don't think I really need to get into, but I'm going to get into anyway. Stuff like exclamation points. It normally means to bring in some excitement. Like somebody, say that a character is yelling at somebody, or you're reading that somebody yelled down the street. You see what I'm saying? Like, say that a character is like a police officer that's a character in a book. It's like, stop or I'll shoot. Normally you'll see exclamation point at the end because you're shouting. It shows excitement. You know what I mean? That's how you normally use an exclamation point whenever there's something exciting going on. Then you have the question mark. Of course, is when a character or something is asking a question. Now, whenever you're reading or you're writing, somebody is asking something in a very excited tone or what have you, you can either put the exclamation point at the beginning or behind the question mark. I mean, I've seen it done in many ways. Normally how I do it or what have you, and I've never been while I was earning my degree in English, whenever I wrote a character saying something excitedly, normally I write it with the asking a question in an excited tone, and I'll normally write it with the question mark first and then the exclamation point, because the person is asking a question. That's the main point. Like, it'd be like I'd put it down like I'll say the character is, he did what? You see what I'm saying? Like that, you know? Alright. Now another character that you normally see on like your keyboard or something like that is the hyphen. See, normally with a hyphen or whatever, it's just another way. It's just another way to treat it. Like you sort of treat the hyphen like a comma or whatever, or what have you in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of saying nowadays, you see how the word or phrase nowadays flows real smoothly. You're supposed to write it out like now days, because how you say it, it's almost as if it's a comma, a bit of a half pause, if you will, or a quarter pause, if you will, in between. Nowadays, you know. Normally a hyphen, it means to sort of give it a bit of a quarter pause, if you will. You know, you see what I'm saying? Like it's like you see how to count seconds, some people will go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, instead of saying, all right, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Like right when you say the 1, if you were to say what instead of 1 all the way, what, that would be the quarter part. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of saying 1, you go what. That's quarter pause, and that's what you pretty much do right here. A bit of a quarter pause whenever you see a hyphen in between. Like whenever you see a phone number or whatever, you know, phone number would be 756 hyphen 6161. You understand what I'm saying? That hyphen is a bit of a quarter pause. And you normally use hyphens in addresses, phone numbers, and even names, especially when people get married or what have you. Now, another thing that you'll see is this here. Another symbol. And normally you normally see this symbol in math. If anybody knows the symbol, please put it down. I used to know it. I'm not too sure why it's slipping my mind right now, but with this here, this special type of bracket, if you will, you normally see this in math or what have you. You know, you normally see math problems and algebra problems and stuff like that being discussed within this sort of bracket or what have you. All right. So normally, whenever you're working out something, or whenever you're planning something, or trying to explain a point, or whenever you're working out a logic problem or something like that, if you were to take a philosophy class or something like that, then you normally see this. When you normally see this, just know that a problem is being worked out or what have you. You know what I'm saying? An equation of some kind is going to be worked out whenever you see this symbol. Automatically know you're going to have to put your brain to work. You're going to have to put the left side of that brain to work. You know what I mean? Alright. Now, I hope that a lot of this has helped you guys out. Okay? Like I said, I'm going to drop videos on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So please just be on the lookout for it, okay? Any suggestions, just either email me. The email is down in the descriptions box. englishhistorysciencestudies @gmail.com, or you can just PM me, private message me here on YouTube. All right. So you guys have a blessed day, and peace.